It's also helping with
start recording, why not? And now this thing should go active and I should be able to monitor on the phone.
Strakke planning.
Ja, het is echt op de minuut nauwkeurig. Helemaal uitgewerkt.
Ik denk niet dat dat gaat werken.
Kijk hoeveel daarvan overblijft.
Ja, I don't know, we kunnen ook gewoon de tijd zetten hier en bij de break.
Ja,
set this up a month ago.
Kijk, dan is het ook gewoon zo makkelijk weer om door te gaan tot
yes, it's me.
10 uur zonder break.
Nou ja, ik vind het wel goed dat we gewoon de tijd van de presentatie in de gaten houden. Dat helpt al een hele hoop hoor.
Ja, ik heb sowieso de tijden van de jams weggehaald, want dat is niet nodig. Je kunt gewoon timen wanneer het is en dan kijken hoeveel er passen.
Ja, daarom.
Verder, I don't know.
Zo doen we dit ook altijd.
En go to me.
I don't know. Het hoeft ook niet te streng, maar om inderdaad 2 uur in nog op de tweede presentatie te zitten is ook
Het is
intens.
vooral ook chill om gewoon even ruimte te hebben om uiteindelijk wat te drinken en zo. Niet alleen maar
Ja,
te
of gewoon met
luisteren.
mensen te praten ook en zo.
Precies.
Exactly. Mijn favoriete format is nog steeds die van Olivia Jack in Berlijn. Met de show your screens.
Ik was daar niet bij, wat deed ze doen?
Ze doen presentaties, gewoon op het begin mensen vragen wil je presenteren of niet. En als je wilt, dan heb je 10 minuten. De timer gaat aan terwijl je al bent aan het opbouwen. Dus, en als je 10 minuten opbouwt, dan is dat je tijd. Maar je mag ook meteen beginnen 5 minuten doen en dan moet je nog 5 minuten vragen beantwoorden als je nog 5 minuten over hebt. En dan na iedere 2 of 3 een korte pauze en dan weer doorgaan. Maar ja, echt gewoon heel
Wilden daar zoveel
heel
mensen
casual.
presenteren dan de hele tijd?
Ja, ik ben er maar 1 keer geweest, dus I don't know. Maar,
oké. Ja, want ik vind om de 10 minuten, ja, ik vind het prima, maar ik denk niet dat we hier zoveel mensen hebben die die allemaal willen presenteren.
Ja.
Ik denk dat
Maar daardoor voelde wel iets meer als gewoon een open projector of zo, dat je gewoon even iets laat zien. Zo van, oh, we hebben nog iemand nodig, wie heeft toevallig nog iets gedaan. Maar dat was iets breder, omdat de show your screens niet specifiek live coding is. Dus dan heb je toch wel iets bredere dingen.
Precies, dat kan je van alles laten zien.
Het was
Kan je je e-mail laten zien?
Ja, als je dat interessant vindt. Alles is kunst, hè?
Ja, precies. Ja, ligt eraan wat je ermee gedaan hebt.
Ja.
Okay, I have a link.
Kunnen we over discussiëren.
I'll paste it on the.
Er waren wel uiteindelijk allemaal live coding dingen eigenlijk.
Ah ja.
Ja.
Oké. Ja, ik vind 10 minuten vind ik wel krap hoor. Als je ook gewoon iets wil vertellen wat enigszins meer diepte nodig heeft.
Ja, precies.
Maar ja, 10 minuten kan wel voor een korte show and tell of zo. Van, oh ja, ik heb
Dat was
dit
het ook
en
meer,
dit is de
ja.
website. Maar ja, dan wordt het
Precies.
allemaal, dan wordt het een beetje reclamepraatjes ook heel snel natuurlijk. Er is zoveel ruimte om echt uit te
know. Uiteindelijk is het niet anders dan een lange presentatie als je over je eigen werk praat, toch? Of je bedoelt gewoon dat je de highlights geeft.
Ja, dan moet je echt, dan wordt het echt een soort pitch of zo.
Maar dan zouden ook meer mensen misschien denken, oh ik laat ook even mijn projectje zien. En niet denken van, oh ik moet hier echt een goede grote presentatie neerzetten. Want dat maakt wel een grotere stap om zelf te presenteren.
Okay, this is
Tenzij
absurd.
je echt een established
Send
project hebt
myself
of zo.
link
Als je gewoon een
on
hobbyist
another
bent, denk
application.
je dan niet zo van, oh ik ben degene die hier iets kan laten zien. Ja, kan wel, maar misschien minder snel.
Ja, want het is misschien goed om zo al bij binnenkomst bij mensen te peilen of ze interesse hebben.
Ja.
Want als je het zeg maar, klassikaal vraagt, dan houdt iedereen zich altijd
Ja,
stil.
ja, ja.
Maar als ze het wel van tevoren weten of kunnen aangeven,
Audio?
dan zetten ze misschien iets sneller, ja.
We hebben ook
Audio.
hoe noem je dat, een netwerker nodig. Zo iemand die goed is in mensen connecten.
Ja.
Oh, heb je deze persoon al ontmoet?
Oh, de microfoon is off.
Doet dit jij toch ook? Sommige mensen zijn daar gewoon voor gemaakt of zo.
Ja, precies.
Mensen zo te verbinden.
Jij hebt een pad gemaakt, hè?
Ja.
Die wordt ook gedeeld met iedereen.
Says happy holidays. Happy holidays for the working peeps. Congrats. Our sweet baby. Wedding. Wedding. What's this? Vacation. Vocation. Vacation. Vacation. Vocation. The end. I'm good. with your face, that's good. Yeah. you need like a suit with webcams, you know. Do you hear me or you don't hear me? Do I have to talk more? Or yes, nice. Ah, you hear me now. You can hear me now. Yeah. It's difficult to listen there, and you also hear it there. I had it last time. Then you get like confused a lot. Battery MP F960 DCR VX 2100. Do you hear me well or not? It works really well. Progressive scan. Sony. Precision color finder. Info lithium. What? You good?
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, welcome everyone. This is our sixth edition of Live Coders Meetup in Rotterdam. We have here we go. We have a camera. We have some weird stuff today. Rick and Timo are gonna make some presentations, and I would like to mention from the top that there's an Etherpad that you can access. That if you're watching this stream, should be already on the description of the video. And for those that are here, the Etherpad link is on the screen. It's the same as usual. We just use the 06 for this last edition, and we're going to try to keep this document updated with the information that comes up as we speak. And without further ado, I think I'll am I missing something?
Depends on what you want to say.
Okay, let's say I ask a question, I get a question. So I think I move on to Rick and yeah, that's a good idea, for example. So maybe I'm going to remove this placeholder.
I'm not sure, but maybe we can zoom in on that screen a bit because like everybody is sitting so far away.
Wait a minute, please. Let's remove this first. There we go. There we go. Okay, so coming up, it's concert in Amsterdam on the 9th of November in Oki. Such a historic place. I'm happy to be part of the lineup. Yeah, I'm part of that lineup. I'm very happy that I'm finally going to play at Oki. I almost played there like a year ago with a punk rock band, and now I'm going to play with this project. Very happy. And then even before that, on this is Thursday. This Thursday. No, next Thursday. Next Thursday, November 7 at Baltan Laboratories in Eindhoven. There will be a special, very special meetup with Alex McLean will be present. Creator of Tidal Cycles, and he's going to do a small workshop of strudel. Yeah. So hopefully some of you can join us. And am I missing something? That's it for now, I would say. With more announcements may come in the future. Let's go with Rick. Okay.
Because I have to talk to the microphone. Yes, cool. So, hello, I'm Rick Mertens, and I'm gonna talk a bit about liquid noise, tell you something about the hardware, software, how Max and the modular synth is working together, show some short clips, and then a little talk. Maybe you have some questions for me. I for sure have some questions for you, so yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and this video installation, there was like a working prototype. It's a strip TV. Here next to it is the modular synth and all the working parts, like the computer and stuff. But I'll show you a schematic of it. And this is like a projection, actually a bit of a video loop, which is projected onto a cube. So this was like the prototype, and now we try to evolve this video installation. And it's a collaboration between me and Reverse Landfill. He makes really nice parts for the modular synth. So. Did I tell everything? Yeah, so Liquid Noise is a video installation which makes like a visualization of the Wi-Fi surroundings. So with the modular synth, it makes like this glitchy landscape of Wi-Fi signals. It exploits your Wi-Fi data, which I can get. Like if you are logged into a network, but also without. For example, you're walking here with your telephone. You can have like the information about your phone, maybe which manufacturer it is, or like how far away you are, or like the Wi-Fi strength. So that things are all used to like have this glitchy landscape. So let's see. All right. Whoa. So this is the schematics. First, I have several Raspberry Pis with Wi-Fi dongles. This captures the radio frequencies. By USB, it goes transforms into digital data. The Raspberry Pis all collect all the data. So like what I told you about the strength of your of the Wi-Fi, but also the packages. And if you're logged into the network, you can also see which website you are surfing and stuff like this. Still bit working on which data I will use and which not. This is transformed into a simple text file, and here is like it's a computer with Max MSP. Max MSP watches if this file is getting refreshed and transforms the parameters into MIDI, and MIDI is sent to modular synth, which is again making this glitchy landscape. So, and what I told you, like another projector is filming the television, which again projected onto the exhibition space or the space, the room, because I wanted to incorporate this room like physically, but also like digitally. So that's the schematics. So I wanted to show a bit of how Max and the modular synth are working together. So I'll show you one example. So for example, this is the Max patch, which we used last time for the video installation. There are like 9 parameters. And this is like sending all things out, but I don't have the complete installation here. I just want to show you the workings. Yeah. So okay. One more. I'll put this here. I will do some. We have my model. Sebastian is my model. It's good, good. All right. This is here. Yeah, we do just a quick patch. So what you saw already, we can do some stuff with this, make it less or more. Let's see. Then maybe we do this here. We just have to do the time check-in. What? Still 10 minutes. Okay, that's so there's some more glitchy. So yes, so yeah, you can do a lot of things with it. Maybe also can put some color in it. Some color. But we also want working. So now what I was trying to tell, this patch which you saw before sends out to all these things parameters. It can be like a bang, like this. This is just a bang. But it can also be like something which is evolving in time. So all different stuff. And together with the patch here, it can make, for example, one part of this modular synth more active, or it makes this more active, or like a combination. Yeah, so this is, and in the end, this is the Wi-Fi landscape. I can show maybe one thing more because I think the time is not so friendly. So, and then, let's see, I hope it will work.
Can you zoom in a bit on things on the screen? Because it's like, for me,
Here?
from
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cannot
of course,
see
yeah,
anything. Like what is actually, what's happening?
Me?
No, I'm talking to you.
Max, sorry.
Like on the screen.
Yes, I can. So, this what you see here is like the heartbeat, like you see it here, and this is just.
You're sending MIDI messages.
Yeah. So like from 1 to 127, and this decides which patch is more prominent than the other one. So and with this MIDI, do you see some? Yeah. So you see the color changing now.
So you have a module that translates the MIDI to.
Yeah. So
Here it is.
he's hiding.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's really nice with some tape, and I once put it here and it's fried, so that's not good. You should actually also close it. But, yeah, that's what I told you. We're still evolving. Yeah, so this is actually what I want to tell you about the installation. Let's see. Next batch. Yeah, so here you have some examples as well. Here you see this synth. Here you see that the space is also part of the exhibition. And I'll show you just 3 clips, really short ones. Maybe now also the people at home can listen to me. Let's see. Okay. Just show you some examples. Just all clips are 10 seconds, so I'll show you. Maybe we put it there. Is it also good? Yeah. Here, wait. This is also scary. Yeah.
Nice.
We still got Sebastian here, so that's also important. Okay. Maybe you ask me which parameters was responsible for this, but then I will say I don't know. It's a nice landscape. a bit more chaotic. Bit more noisy with the colors and maybe a combination of the one before. So okay, that's what I wanted to show, and then I said we can talk about it a bit. See, let's talk about my difficulties. That's nice always. So what I find hard still is this Wi-Fi data is collected, but then Wi-Fi data is collected, and with it's called PyCrack, a Python code. It just grabs everything. But for example, you can grab the packages, the number of packages, but sometimes it's 300, the other time it's 6,000. So it's a bit difficult to have these parameters because yeah, what it says is like MIDI is from 0 to 127. So you want to have this 0 to 6,000, and you can scale between it. But if you program it for like 300, then it's the whole time like blown out or something like that. So that's a bit of a difficulty. I'm asking you maybe for like solutions. Is there like a way which is you can program it that this scale is also part of that it can automatically scale? I don't know. Yeah, and then there's a bit of a problem with real-time Wi-Fi because the scanners scan the frequency bands like 2.4 gigahertz and 5.0, but it has like has like 15 or 20 channels, and it takes a bit. Now what I do is take more scanners, so more Raspberry Pis, so that like one Raspberry Pi is only scanning like 2 or 3 channels on one band, and then it goes quicker. But maybe there's also another solution. So I was wondering, maybe you have some knowledge for me, or maybe you have some questions. That can also be a thing. Yeah, it's good. Thank you. Nice. Yes.
How quickly is it like fluctuating this amount of
Packages?
Yeah.
So depends, of course, really a lot. It depends. For example, if you open your, with a smartphone, if you open your phone and it's searching for packages, it sends a lot of probes actually, like and then it goes a lot. But maybe if somebody, 10 people are doing it in an exhibition space, then it goes quick. But if it's just normally, then it wouldn't fluctuate so much. So yeah, it's not so easy to say as well. So.
Normal Wi-Fi adapter, or do you have specific?
No, I had this. What's it called? No, it's another one, just which is monitoring the. But I can tell you in a bit. I have it here. But wait 1 second, maybe.
Specific Wi-Fi hardware that's good at doing this scanning.
Sorry?
That there might be specific hardware that's optimized for scanning.
Yeah. So like the Wi-Fi dongle is also you have like monitor mode and normal mode. So the monitor mode is scanning, and you have, for example, Wireshark. This is like package sniffing software. Kismet as well. First, I wanted to do it with one Raspberry Pi, but that just took too long because I think every channel is between 300 milliseconds. So if it's 20, then you get like 6 seconds, and then it's too long. So, but now I'm trying to go with more Raspberry Pis and fixing it like that. But actually, there are more like DIY thingies for scanning than, and also a lot of with Raspberry Pi or ESP32. Yeah, you can also use this, but that's only on 2.4 gigahertz band. But yeah, I can also do some research still more about. Yeah. Thanks.
We'll have like a series of Raspberry Pis, like working the whole whole spectrum.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Is the Raspberry Pi now reacting to packets on the Wi-Fi? Or?
No?
Yeah.
No. I didn't bring the Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
So no, that's not. Yeah, I can show you the code.
And the Pi crack thing, I tried to look it up, but I didn't find it. Maybe you can show what it is.
Yeah, 1 sec. So I'm not really a good coder. It's a bit messy, but okay. Here, where's my? Is it somewhere? Oh yeah. Let's see. Here it opens a class. Let's see. Here, this is async to open this. Actually, another Python. What's it called? Yeah, code in a Python code. I can't really explain it otherwise. But here you see it's Airmon, pycrack.airmon ng open brackets, closing brackets. There is this arrow dump, pdump. This is this file with all kind of code. I can also show you a bit maybe of this. For example, this is a part of it which is still pretty neatly shown, but there's also like a lot of other stuff which is a bit hidden. But for example, with this here, you can look up which manufacturers is making this. What is it? It's not a serial number, but something similar. Here you see what time the first time you see the network is seen, and the second time. But you also see here these are all connected access points, and then here there are also a lot of unconnected, and this only adds up the whole time actually. This is which is not connected, and they can be like what I told you about, like if you open your iPhone and you do like a search for Wi-Fi, and then it sends out 6, 7, 8 probes, and then all those probes are one station MAC. So and then they disappear again and come. No, most of the time they're not coming back. This is like because this is randomized, and here, most of the time you see this part, the name of the network. This is beacons. This is like the strength. So if you're closer to the Wi-Fi access point, the router, then it gets less. So for example, -1 is really close, but I don't believe this is a true measurement. But for example, like 46, -30 is actually if the router is here and then you're here, then it's -30, and the rest is just far away. Like I think 80 is at the door and further away. So that's the things you can measure. In my installation, I measured like bands, how many people are in the band of, for example, -100, -80, or maybe -80, -100 and -90, and then all the tens, and then this how much of people are in this band and this band, and this band makes this part of the patch more active and the other one. So that's a bit of the parameters which I used. The total packages, the beacons, also the length of how long somebody was there. What did I use more? So I can. Oh yeah, and the total strength of the how much of the like the signals are there, like the total strength, those kind of stuff I was measuring. It's gonna, yeah, and actually it was really a simple file which you get. Wait 1 sec. Can I show you that? Yeah, here. So like this Python code, which I used, what I showed just now here, Python code, it actually only spits out this, and this is what like 11 parameters for max SMP. So yeah, I can show you some code still. Sorry. No. The 11 is so I'll show you in a second. Is it here? Yeah. So like this actually the 11 parameters. For example, how many networks are there in total? Total power, the strength of these networks together. This was the rings, what I told you, like, for example, ring 1 was -30 till -50. Yeah, and then ring 2, ring 3. The packages, which like the beacons, is actually the same thing. How long one network was there for the longest. And this network 3 is like which is not connected to the router, and this is this was for example, if you're really close by in ring 1 and you try to search, then this explosion of beacons of packages came to be, and that also made a flash in the installation as well. So that's nice if it's really like real time, because if you do like that and it comes, of course, also doing this also takes a bit, but yeah, that's nice if it's real time. So, and this 9 is the how many networks were there but lost, and this is just something to analyze is the time which is the parameters. So that's what I was analyzing.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Right.
But I also like that you can control it with MIDI, so you could.
Yeah, you can. You
do
can
other
also
things
do
as
some
well.
switching in between as well. Yeah.
That's cool. Lots of room for
whatever. Yeah. So this was like the first prototype, but actually the next installation, I also want to have like this open public network, and people can log in and then also project some like websites which are served on in the installation. So it's a bit more how to say this, confronting. So you have like this landscape, but also like a confronting projection.
Cool.
Right. Cool.
Thank you.
Who?
Okay, we have what's the timing situation? We swap immediately or a small break maybe? Since we have just 2 presentations?
I mean, I have to
We can
switch
do a
anyway,
break.
so if people want to get some
take
beer, then
5,
get the
10
beer,
5 to
yeah.
10 minutes?
5 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Which is, oh yeah, we.
I mean, if no one
is shorter than the one that we have.
We have someone who's going to show some case
I can hold it in my hands. How are you going to do that? One thing I should do is...
I cannot talk more than I'm talking now. I mean, yeah, I can, but I think this is enough, right? I mean, we're like with such a small group, we don't need crazy amplification. That's a good question. Yeah. Do we have some reverb?
No.
Do we have some delays?
No requests.
No? No requests. Okay. Sorry. I'm not saying anything. Wait. Let's do it like this.
As Alvin Lusher says, the resonant frequencies of the world.
But I'm not recording the sound of my speaking voice.
I am recording.
Oh, you are. Yeah, but you're not playing them back in the room. Okay, this reference nobody knows, but it's fine. Who knows this reference? No? Then go listen Alvin Lucier, please. Please. Mandatory homework.
Okay.
Okay, so my timer already started, I see. So let's start talking. So my name is Timo Hoogland, and I've been part of this live coding community since 2018 or something. And I've been working on a live coding environment, live coding language that you can use to program electronic music or sometimes also visuals, but the focus is mostly music or at least algorithmic processes, and you can also trigger something else if you like. And it's called Mercury. I started this program when I was studying at the HKU. For those who know that, it's the Hogeschool voor de Kunsten in Utrecht. The English translation is the University of the Arts. I studied audio design, bachelor, and then I continued Master of Music. And that's where this project came to be. And so I was thinking, what we have only 15 minutes, not anymore. We have 13 minutes and 14 seconds. What can we do? My idea was, let's do live coding together. But then I noticed that not everybody brought a laptop. Who has a laptop? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, so this is my first point of attention. Next time you go to a live coding meetup, prepare to bring your laptop, because we're talking about coding and live. So it's also happening here right now. But it's okay. We can do it with the few people that are here, or I can invite you to maybe come to my computer and just type something and then see what happens, just so you have the feeling of how it works. But my initial idea was to do a laptop orchestra, but then we definitely need more laptops, otherwise there's no orchestra. Now it's more like a laptop ensemble maybe, like a chamber ensemble, like four-string, four-piece quartet. In any case, so if you like to use this language, it runs in the browser, so it uses web audio. You can visit the website, it's open every day, and you can just start coding immediately. Not this website, the website is different. This is the GitHub page where you can find all the code if you're interested in seeing how it actually works, like under the hood. This is the website, mercury-playground.pages.dev. You can also type mercury.timohoogland.com, that redirects to this page. And when you do that, you will see something that looks like this, usually in black. So the editor where you can program runs in the browser. And you can start making music immediately. There's some examples on the top, there's tutorials on the bottom. There's of course a help page with documentation if you want to know everything about how the code works, all the details. But basically the idea is I use this language, of course, for my personal performances, for the music I make, but I also use it as a tool for teaching, and I give workshops with it. And so one important thing is, of course, that it works immediately. So if you click example, then it loads some code, and then it starts making some sound. For example, this, or this, or this, or this, etc. It is good if it says downloading sounds, yes, because there are some sounds included in the browser. You can add your own sounds also if you like, but yeah, it downloads some sounds from the server, so it takes some time to load, especially if the connection is not so good. I mean, it's about 300 megabytes or something, so it's not that much, but it is something. So you can actually see all the sounds that are included. If you click on the sounds tab, then you can scroll. That sounds good. It works, exactly, very nice. Okay, maybe we can still do the laptop orchestra with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laptops, and then go from there, right? Okay, so let's lower this a little bit because I can't reach my laptop. So I'm just going to backspace all of this. Is this better or is this better? Do I have time to discuss this? No. Light is better, yeah. For the projection, usually it is, right? Okay, I was thinking to do. Who's familiar with Steve Reich? 1, 2, 3. Nice. 4. Okay. Enough people. Okay, good. I was thinking to do like a kind of piano phase live coding thing, where every laptop plays a similar composition. I'm not sure if you know piano phase, but the idea is that 2 people play the same piece on a piano, but slightly sped up one against the other. So in the beginning it sounds like they start synchronized, but at some point it drifts apart. Very difficult to play if you're a human, very easy to play if you're a computer, because you can just click play and the computer just follows its own tempo and doesn't care what anyone else is doing. So that's why it's a nice exercise. I don't know the actual notes from the piece, so we'll just do something. So what we can do, I feel like this microphone is like dropping down when I do this, but okay. So we're gonna make a synthesizer, and the synthesizer will play some notes, and then everybody will get a different tempo, and then if we click play all at the same time, then it should start at the same time, and then slowly drift apart. Yeah.
The sound you're adding is from the laptops, right? From
Yeah. So make sure your speakers are fully on. Yeah.
How do I change it?
That's what we're getting at. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to set the tempo, so we can do that in the code. So we type set tempo, and then I will choose 100, but then Rick, you will do 101. Well, at your laptop, but this text. And then Nikki will do 102, 103, 104, and that's it. Okay, let's see. So then we all have a different tempo. If you would evaluate now, so if you would click play, you don't hear anything, but then you see that the tempo on the top is set to 100. And now we will make a synth. So we will type new synth. So this will be a synthesizer. Let's make a sine wave tone. So this is like a pure frequency. You can also do sawtooth, other types of sounds. And spaces are important, by the way. Then we have to define the timing that this synth is playing at. Like if you know the tempo, but then the question is, do you do quarter notes like 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you do eighth notes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and etc. So we say we use a time function, time, and then parentheses, open, close. And then let's start by everybody just plays this sound once per bar. So you say 1 divided by 1, you play the sound once per bar. If you would play the sound 4 times per bar, you would say divide 1 bar by 4. And now it's just 1, 1. Let's keep it simple. And then we need to play some note, right? So we have another function that's called note. And then we have to decide on the note. So let's make a list. So a little phrase of sounds, a little phrase of different pitches. We can do that by making a list. We give the list a name. I give the list the name notes. You can also call it Bob if you like. At least make sure that you remember what you named it. And then the list starts with the open and closing brackets. So the square brackets. And then within the list, we can type basically anything we like, as long as it's numbers. So for example, if I want to make a melody, I could say, okay, I want to play the 0 a few times, and then I want to play this 3 a few times, and then maybe a 5 and a 7 and a 2. And you can copy exactly what I do, but also you can be creative if you like, or do something completely different. If we want to be like true to the piano phase, then we would all have to be playing the same melody, but we can do whatever we want, of course. Important to have spaces also between the numbers, because otherwise, of course, this is 72, and this is a 7 and a 2, right? But sometimes for people that program more, they know that you can use a comma in between these values, but that doesn't work in this language, so commas are not allowed. So it has to be spaces. So then we can use this list as an argument for the function node. 3 minutes left. And that will mean that every time the sound is triggered from the synth, it will take the next number from that list. So we have here first a 0, and then we have a 0, and then we have a 3, and then a 3, etc., etc. And then when it is at the end at 2, it will wrap back to the beginning and restart. So it will be a phrase that is repeating.
My scale is chromatic.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. That's a good one. So we can do this. Let's play it in the second octave. Otherwise the notes are too low. Or maybe even in a third octave, depending on your laptop speakers. You can listen later how it sounds. And Jos, you mentioned this correctly. We need to decide on a scale, because some of you will have harmonic minor, some will have nothing, some will have chromatic. And if we don't agree on the scale, then we will sound out of tune.
So the notes are the degrees.
The notes are the kind of the degrees, yes. Not exactly. It is not like the 3 is the third note of the scale. It is the third semitone. So if you have a 4, that's also a third, but it's a major third. And if you have a 3, it's a minor third, right? Ah, okay. No worries. We can discuss this later in the break. So in any case, we decide on the scale. So let's say we think minor is nice, then we say set scale minor. I'm not sure if that sound was part of the minor scale, but maybe it is. We can listen later. And we can already click play, but maybe it's too soon. Let's add a little effect. So let's give all the sound a little delay, FX delay. And now the question is everybody sure they don't have any typing errors?
Completely sure.
Completely sure?
Very confident.
Then shall I do like a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then we hit play all together?
Typing on the phone is very difficult.
Ah!
But I think it works.
I hope it works on your phone, because on my phone the software doesn't work, but if it works on yours, that's very cool. It sounds.
I heard sounds.
Ah, interesting. I want to know what you're using in terms of your software. Yeah, and other stuff maybe also. Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll do like a 3, 2, 1, and then we go on 0. Okay?
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
My click doesn't go so smoothly.
Ah.
Third octave is nice.
Yeah, it works. Okay, so now we have a few little moments left. So some things we could do because it sounds very short now, right? So we can add a shape, and the shape will allow us to decide on how long this sound is gonna last. So we can say it starts in 1 millisecond, so very quick ramp up, but then maybe it fades out in 1,000 milliseconds, so it's much longer. And you don't have to click silence, you can just click play again, and then it just continues. I like it. Okay. So there's no fade out button, so you just click silence and then it's done.
Nice minimal concept.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, so this was the language in
So I mean,
very short presentation.
what did you say about like you said no?
The three is the so if you think about a piano, then the first argument where it says notes, that is basically like which note do you choose, like if you count upwards, like so you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, including the black keys also.
Yeah.
And then the second argument is like you shift immediately an octave, so 12 notes.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So because you have the middle C on a piano, and then there's another C 12 notes higher, and then there's another C and also lower, and that's that three. So for the recording. So say I'll use the saw because you can hear it a bit better. If I say 0. Then this is the sound of the octave 0. And if I go to 1, then basically all these numbers are plus 12. Right? And you can also go lower. Yeah, if you have 0, 0 here, that equals MIDI note 36. For the people that are into, that is third octave. Yeah, so 0, 0 is third octave. So 3 is actually sixth octave, but no, fifth, sorry. No, yeah, sixth. Wait, yeah. Minus 3. It's basically just like whatever, just like fart noises. Well, it depends on your fart, but yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's how the note works. So, but the reason it is like this in Mercury is that because the 0 doesn't have to mean the note C on a piano. The 0 can also mean, we have a ghost. The 0 can also mean it is the MIDI note or the note E or something, or F, because it depends on the scale that you choose. So I can say set scale minor, and I can say minor C, then the 0 is a C, but if I say minor E, then the 0 is an E. So everything scales with the scale that you choose. The benefit of this is that you don't really have to think about what these numbers mean, like precisely. You just know, okay, 7 is higher than 0. Fair enough.
And in one patch you can have different minors, like, or you have only one?
No, yeah, so the language is made very highly abstracted in that sense that there's basically only one scale for the whole code page. And if you decide you want to work with different scales, then you just have to set this to chromatic, so you can use every number. And then it's up to you which numbers you choose. Yeah. So there's options to go away from it, but by default everything changes based on the scale. Yeah. Any other questions?
Can you add modulation, like LFOs and stuff like that?
Yeah. There's a lot of options. Like, and I'm like this is just scratching the surface, of course, but like for example, these lists that I use for a note now can also be used to modulate parameters. So for example, say I have this, I'll just play basic, nothing special, and then I can use the length of the note, right? You can specify it, but you can also say random. Let's make this like 16 random numbers between 50 and 1,000. And then it just makes that random. We can add some other effects like a filter. And then you can like modulate the filter as well if you want, or distortion, or I don't know, there's some down sampling effect. Maybe something like this. And then it modulates that as well. So yeah, you can go many different ways. We can add some rhythm. Something Euclidean maybe. And then it plays this rhythm with the modulations, and yeah, you can make this line as long as you like. And you can add other instruments in the meantime, of course. So that's of course a nice idea, that you can start to like live code this and then say, okay, let's do, I don't know. And then you can start a dance party.
Maybe you can show the envelope. Maybe you can show the envelope. You can do envelopes.
You mean the
ADSR.
Yeah. So that's this shape function, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit.
The shape is ADSR.
The shape is an ADSR. Yes, exactly.
I thought it was maybe the shape of like a pulse width modulation.
No. It's basically the yeah. If you would look at a picture of the sound, it is what the shape looks like. So if you have a long fade in and a short fade out, and then maybe I'll make this a bit higher. Right, so it fades in and then it cuts off, or the other way around. Quick fade in and then fade out in 500 milliseconds, or combination of both. Right, so it goes up and down. And I think these can also be relative to the tempo, so I can also say this is 1/4 note and this is 1/4 note, so it fits exactly in this length of the timing, for example. And if you make the tempo faster, then this also changes with the tempo, which can be very useful and sometimes not. So that's why you can choose if you want it in 1/4 notes or 1/8 notes or in milliseconds. Yeah. Yeah. So there's of course not enough time to do everything, but so that's why there's tutorials also. And so some other things that I didn't show that you can do. Are synchronized with every time a kick is triggered, so it switches between them. And you can add like another sample, and then give that one also some visual. But there's no guarantee that you see all the visuals. It depends what comes first. Because if you have too many things that happen at the same time, then it has to choose what you see. But could be cool. So that's something you can work with, and you can get your sounds from Freesound, do some other stuff, OSC, Open Sound Control output, if you like to use that as well. So this is actively in development, if that's what you're wondering. Yeah. I'm currently not spending so much time making a bunch of new features. I'm spending most of the time fixing bugs, which happens when you develop software. And oh wait, I'm going to stand straight because I feel my back and my neck. I currently have funding to work on a project that involves this language, tangentially kind of, like I use the language, but the project is not specifically about the language. But so I'm developing a few new features specifically for that. So it's nice to have at least some time from the funding to also work on this. And besides that, usually when I teach workshops with it, I use some time before the workshop to fix some bugs, and then the workshop is the incentive to get some stuff working again, or to go through the whole list of issues that are still there. And yeah, it's all JavaScript based, so if anybody is a JavaScript developer and you like to contribute, then you can open the source code and make something in there yourself. But you don't have to. I mean, you can also just use this. It's for free. It's online every time, at least as long as I have the server. If it's down, you can message me if you want. No guarantee I will put it online quickly, but you can also build it yourself if you just clone the code, and then you can run it locally. You don't need internet anymore, which is also nice.
Timo, can you use the MIDI functions also in Flock?
Yeah, this is something I didn't mention before, but it's nice that you mention it now. There's, and then this is what we wrap up with maybe, or at least this part. There's a platform called Flock with a K, flock.cc. And this is a collaborative coding editor, so if everybody copies this link, you are all together in the same environment. You can edit each other's code, and you can perform together if you want. Flock includes many different languages, so you can choose from the menu here which language you want to use. Mercury is part of it as well. There's two options. If you are new, use the Mercury Web. That's the one that we just used, so it runs everything in the browser. There's also an option to not have the audio engine in the browser, but just the code, and then run the audio engine on your computer outside of the browser, which is a bit more difficult to set up, but it is much more stable in the long run. But okay, I have tutorials on that as well, or text. But so you can use this in the Flock environment, and then you can start coding together in the language and listen to the music together, which is cool. Also, if you're remote, like you can just hear it yourself at home, and someone else can hear it also at their home. It's not sending audio over the network, it's just processing the audio locally, it's just sending the text. So you're not in sync. If you would headbang together and look at each other on the webcam, it's probably like, or something like that. But you have the kind of the same experience. But the fun thing is, if you don't set a tempo to begin with, the tempo is randomized. So if you decide to not do a tempo, then you both listen to different tempo. Cool. And then you can continue from there, and then you have both a completely different experience. So yeah, you can send, I think, also the MIDI from Flock to wherever. It is just web MIDI. You just have to know the names of your devices, which is the most annoying part.
But if you're running the same tempo and on Flock, and you're sending to the right devices, then you should be in sync, no?
No, there's no guarantee that both the browsers are in sync.
Makes sense.
You're in sync in the sense that you have the same tempo, but you're not in sync in the sense when one is.
Yeah, but you could resync them in theory because they are on the same tempo.
Yeah, if you're like on your Zoom meeting, 1, 2, 3, click, and then maybe you're too late.
No, what I mean is if you record locally on two machines, then you could.
Yeah, you can line it back up again later.
Yeah.
That should work.
Yeah. Cool.
I've never tried it. I'm not sure how stable the clocks are.
Let's
so
try.
that's
Let's
something to
try
try. But in theory, that should work. Yeah, you should be having because the scheduler runs at sample rate.
Yeah.
So that should be quite tight
Stable. Yeah. Okay,
and stable.
Cool. Let's test this.
But this is maybe I'm also like this. This is a chat for
the future.
a private conversation.
we continue.
Because everybody's like, what? Sample rate, synchronization, what? I don't care. I just want to make music. Okay, any other questions? No? Beer? Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Thank you.
There's an option to send OSC out?
Yes, also. Sorry? Yeah, it doesn't work like if you use the web page. But it does work if you install Mercury locally and then run a localhost version of the website. And then you can send it to, use the OSC output to control other parameters. Yeah, that's possible. And I have documentation, I think. And if not, then let me know. You have a question?
I'm curious about the other way around. If you want to feed some sound to OSC.
There's some options. So there's one instrument. I hear myself. You can make a new input. So then you can actually just connect directly to the microphone of your computer or the microphone of your sound card, and then into if you have some other input. And then, I mean, we can try. Let's see if we don't get feedback. Could be nice. It is in the tutorials somewhere, I think.
So input mic, it's at the bottom.
Ah, yeah, input microphone, see? And then let's do input effects because that's maybe nicer.
I'm ready for the feedback, if that's the case.
See? Hello?
Cool.
But this is processed already, of course, so if I would disable... Hello? And then... So now it's cutting off my voice. Pitch shifting the voice and I'm getting some downsampling effect and some delay. So yeah, you can use this for live performances also. So this is direct sound input. You can also send OSC messages and then use OSC, like the address, to control parameters in functions. So if you have a MIDI controller or something, then you can use other devices to control the sound also. That's in one of these other tutorials. I think it's the Open Sound Control one. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't do anything because I don't have anything that is sending any of these messages right now. But if you make something that is sending those messages, then it works. If you run it locally, that's the catch. It doesn't work if you just visit this website because of porting and firewalls and complication. So if you run it locally, then it will work. So if you click help, then we go to the documentation, and then there's the usage, or it's in the reference. I can't remember. Or maybe I still have to add this. That's also a question. No, wait, I know where it is. But it's maybe not in the place where you expect it. I think it's under collaborative coding. Yeah, and then there's here a version localhost. No, this isn't it. Wait. We have a search feature. I'll go over the website and see if I can find it some other time. Something else that I now noticed that I also could have mentioned, which is also nice, is that you can include it also in your own website. If you're building a website and you want some background music, then you can add the engine without the editor, just the audio engine that's generating the sound. And then you can just send that audio engine like a string of text with the code like this. And then it just plays that music on your own website if you like. So that's also an option. Okay, and now I think I'm done. Right? All right.
I'll just leave it in. Cool, break. Beer? Yeah, I think.
Do you want to?
Yeah, maybe I should mention this one more time, the events that are coming up also.
Yeah.
I have the Etherpad here as well, because a few came in later also. Do you want me to do this on the microphone?
Please.
Okay, for the stream. So first of all, we have the Netherlands Coding Live, so that's
Like the live coding community in the whole Netherlands. We have a website, Netherlands Coding Live with dashes.github.io. You can visit that. Thanks to Richard, we have a nice calendar subscription. So you can synchronize your calendar on your phone with all the upcoming events if you want to have the quickest way to know when the next thing is coming. At least if we make sure that we update the website, of course, but let's say we do, then yes, that's the quickest way. And then there's a meetup happening next week in Eindhoven, which is maybe far away for some of you. But the nice thing is that Alex McLean will be there, and Alex McLean is a big name in the live coding scene. He designed the Tidal Cycles language, which is a language also for making electronic music or creating patterns in time. It's very popular. And there's a version called Strudel, which is basically the same language, but it also runs in the browser, so similar to my language. But the language is not similar. You mean Strudel is not exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, there's... Exactly, there are two different, the overall programming languages are different. One is JavaScript and the other is Haskell. But the mini language and the mini notation things, and it's details. So that meetup is happening next week, Thursday. Yes, 7 November. And then on Saturday, there's a concert in Amsterdam, organized by some people from the community. Sebastian will be playing. And some other people that are not here. But it should be good, I think. Did you rehearse? The theme is cinematic live coding. Yeah, sorry. The theme is cinematic live coding or cinematic algorithms. I don't know what to expect besides cinematic algorithms.
Yeah, well, that's a lot to expect.
That is, I set the bar high. Okay. So yeah, make sure you go there for sure. At least I will be there. That's the plan. And you will be there. Otherwise, there's no concert. Okay, now I'm done talking.
Great. So let's have a break and beers. And
Yeah.
maybe
Some
couple of
music.
short jams. if
Yeah.
possible.
I don't know what the time is. I also have to leave to the train at some point. So my 15-minute presentation went to...
Like turn towards the wall and then you don't see it.
Indeed. Just a few
The
degrees.
sound goes around the corner easily.
This is an interesting topic.
Exactly, yeah, I like.
Sure. Maar my language is ook under development.
Ja, daarom.
Every day, so...
Elke dag kan het anders zijn.
Kan altijd.
Ja, tenzij iemand anders is.
Dat is altijd risky als je hierheen gaat en je hebt vanmiddag nog zitten...
Ah ja, zelfs nog een dag van de performance, dat is wel
Dat moet je eigenlijk niet doen, hè? Nee, dat leer ik nu.
Of op zijn minst in een andere branch.
Maar...
Who's gonna make some sound? Are you?
Yes. How?
With your fingers on the keyboard.
My computer is streaming. I don't think I can do it. I can try. We're also out of time in reality.
Het is 10 uur inderdaad.
Ja.
It is 10, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Richard wants to do something.
Yeah, I wanted to like go along with Richard, but maybe let's ask first here. I'm booting just in any case. There won't be like video output from my machine, that's for sure. Super Collider is booting, and then it's not going to be from scratch. I just do some stuff with. Yeah, well, I could actually.
How much can you copy paste in 9 minutes?
I can copy paste a lot in 9 minutes.
I know.
But maybe let's just.
Alright. Wat zijn de
You need an audio cable, don't you?
I do. No, actually, I don't. I'm already here.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that was gonna work.
Wat is hier van de output dan?
Dit zijn de
This
inputs,
is
dit
a
zijn de
bit too
outputs.
much.
Dus dan kan ik hier.
Ja, maar eigenlijk zijn het nee, die moet wel.
Close this.
Dat is eigenlijk hetzelfde.
Want deze dus.
Deze maakt eigenlijk dit signaal, dubbeltje.
Home.
Dus
And
je zou
now
bijvoorbeeld
maybe
yeah.
there's
als je
some
hier
sounds.
van erin gaat
If
en
I
je wil
send
bijvoorbeeld
some
splitten naar
notes
hier, zet dat kanaal en naar bijvoorbeeld hier. Dan
Maar
kan
in
je
plaats van hier kan ik hem dus hier brengen en dan hoe weet ik waar die hier is?
ja, dus die is, dus dat is een beetje lastig bij deze.
I'm not
Is
sure
hier
if it's
en
gonna
deze
work.
is de input en dit zijn de outputs.
En dan
Phones.
En dan kan je dingen draaien.
Yeah, actually, it's
Kan je een beetje
yes.
ja,
Sure, you got it. Take your time. So,
Alright, ja.
for the record, I'm starting almost from scratch.
nog hier. Hoe moet ik de input en dit is input.
I have only 30 megabytes free on my drive. Maybe a problem. Yeah, megabytes. I'm doomed. I'm sorry guys. This is not gonna work. Does this work? Okay, that's something.
Kan ik dan deze ergens anders leiden wat het is? Ik heb nu dus nooit direct deze, de green, maar ik heb nu dus nog deze green ook ergens naartoe kan leiden, dus direct.
Deze kan je hier doen.
pakken? Nee,
Also,
twee
dit
keer
is-
of zo.
Nice,
Het is niet
netjes.
heel...
The
Don't try
room,
to save it.
the room was
Don't
so
be
beautiful.
There you go.
Ja, maar dat is juist het leuke om die mogelijkheid te hebben, een beetje
Ja,
te
dat
jammen en
zeker.
zo.
You don't-
I don't hear anything.
Dat zeker, ja.
You were recording this
En geen zorgen,
also.
we hebben toch al
No,
best
it
een
so
keer
it stopped
meegemaakt.
recording.
Ja,
because
nee,
there's
dat
no more
is
space.
extra chill ook.
Yeah. That's the problem. Like there's no
Ja, we
space.
moeten wel zeggen dat ik had net
Oké.
even die stem naar beneden en ik kan hem niet vermeerderen, dus dat was wel lastig. Ja, even uit de...
But
You streamed that, so the recording is on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not sure if all the audio is there. Okay, we stopped streaming.
Yeah.
Let's have actually let's bring back this overlay and let's say thank you. Thank you. And let's make this very big. Thank you.